Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Retro News Roundup. To start this episode, how about something that perhaps should be in the long thought lost section, but I'm including it here, because I can. It is, as you can probably tell from this shonky footage, the news that there's a leaked version of Duke Nukem Forever, namely the 2001 iteration of the much maligned title. No, it's not great, but the fact you can download it and play it is pretty, groovy, but I do use the word play loosely. Second is that Embracer Group has announced new plans to preserve video games to, and I quote, archive and save as much of the video games industry as possible. Previously known as THQ Nordic, it has apparently archived over 50,000 games, consoles and accessories at its main office already. Game preservation is something that needs to be taken very seriously, so this, on the face of it, looks like good news, if it's done correctly. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section. There was a usual stack of arcade archive titles released on the Switch and PS4 last month. Specifically, Fighting Hawk, Pro Tennis World Court, Trio the Punch, and Flip All. In addition to these, PSN also received Neo Geo title Samurai Showdown 5. In terms of Switch exclusives, there was a port of Neo Geo Pocket Color Oddity Biomotor Unitron, and 3 new games became available on the Switch online service: Congo's Caper, Pinball, and Rival Turf. Yes, I know, Nintendo really are spoiling us with those. Finally, Pac-Man Museum Plus whacked its way onto the Switch, Xbox One, PS4 and Steam. It includes 14 games from the Pill Munch's history and is even kind enough to include some of the good ones. The big news last month for this section was that Evercade celebrated its 2nd birthday by announcing a new model, the EXP. It's more powerful and has a better screen, but the big selling point is that it allows you to play games with a vertical orientation. It'll arrive this winter. Let's start with new games for the Amiga, because that's a bit different, isn't it? They include Atarenium Falcon, GermZ, Dungeoneer Turbo, Junior's Great Adventure, and Blockman Gets. Then there were 5 titles developed for the ZX Spectrum: Cobra Laser, yet another Krappy shooter, NOSY 128K, Mojoni in the Sewer World, and Beethoven's Revenge. Next comes the Commodore 64 with a trio of new games: Miner 2019er, Venture, and Munchkin 64. Then a pair of VIC-20 titles, Rigel Attack and Flood 16. To round off the new releases, Trek War fought its way onto the Commodore PET, P4 returned to Ganymede, found its way to the Amstrad CPC, Death Complex was exhumed on the NES, Mob City C16 ganged up on the Commodore 16, Virgil's Purgatory was judged and sentenced to a life on the MSX, and Dungeoneer Dungeon Crawl was captured on the Atari XL XE. And then to round things off, a Kickstarter was launched for a game for the Pokemon Mini called Silver Falls. It's a horror title too. No, I'm not joking. Just one piece of news here, and it's that a game called Astra Ambush has been found hidden away on the 2nd disc of Amiga game The Killing Cloud. It sure was waiting a long time to make that ambush. 3 English language translations were completed last month. They were for Sword of the Berserk, Guts Rage for the Dreamcast, Underground Monster on the PC 8X01, and finally Erica and Satoru's Dream Adventure for the NES. So yes, that's all for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Your support is always hugely appreciated. In any case, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and please do stay safe.
Just for the pure pleasure of it.